Hey guys, Sheep here. In today's deck review. We're going over Yuna songs. This is a purple Sword Art Survivor deck from the Volume 2 release. Um, it is a control deck, I want to call it. It's like a control combo deck, focusing around events, specifically songs. Are a type of event. We're going to go over those first because they're how the deck runs and functions. And if you don't know what the songs do, the rest of the deck doesn't really make that much sense. The most important song in the deck is Smile for You. Um, this is an event that says return any character from your sideline to your hand. Then you may play one Sword Art Survivor from your hand to the field set to active. That card cannot be chosen by your opponent's character's abilities until the start of your next turn. So while it is a special, it doesn't directly kill anything. And that is because the Sword Art Survivor we tend to grab with this that makes our Smile actually kill something is Kirito. Kirito is a Nullify Impact. When played, if you played a Song Affinity card this turn, you may pay 1 action point. If you do, choose up to one character with 2,000 or less battle points on your opponent's front line and sideline it. Now, you're thinking 2,000 enough, but if we put 5 cards from our sideline back on the bottom of our deck, we can instead sideline a 5k or less. So, if we have a Kirito in our sideline or our hand, we play Smile for You, grab the Kirito from our sideline, play it, pay an additional action point, and return 5 cards from our sideline to the bottom of the deck to pop a card on our opponent's field, and we'll have a active 4k ready for attacking. Kirito is also our color trigger, so it was guaranteed to be played in this deck. Unfortunately, you kind of have to play your color triggers. And that Nullify Impact does come up, and as icing on the cake, it can't be targeted by your character's abilities next turn. Character abilities. So it can't be chosen by Yellow Asuka, Kenshin pushback, stuff like that. But unfortunately, Snipe is not an ability, so they can just still snipe your Kirito. Or whatever Sword Art Survivor you summon with Smile. And it can be targeted by specials. That'll happen quite often. But you don't really mind this card being in your graveyard because Smile for You is very easy to get back to your hand. So to continue our songs, we play Ubiquitous. This is a searcher. Look at the top 5. Add any of those 5 cards to your hand. Yes, it says any. Then, if you added a song or a Yuna card to your hand, you can restand the action point used to cast Ubiquitous. Or, well, any action point, but you understand what I was saying there. So, we go even in card economy in our hand to search the deck for any top 5, which is already an insane effect. And then, if that card is a Yuna or a song, the restand is even better. And events that have a restand to them are just icing on the cake. So good. So this is our consistency piece, and we will play about 7 Ubiquitouses throughout a game. It's really easy to cast one, search for a Smile, put it back with Kirito on the bottom of the deck, play more Ubiquitouses, go through the rest of the deck. Very easy to wrap all the way around. To fill out our song package, we're playing 2 Longing. This is a draw 2, discard 2, and then if you have a Yuna, you may restand an action point. The important thing about this one is we don't really care if our Kiritos are in the sideline. So we can just pick up and discard the Kirito, and we'll grab it back later with the song. So it's like filtering for our hand. Now, while I was talking about Kirito for popping cards, for actually winning the game, we tend to rely on this Asuna. This is a, if you played a song this turn, impact 1, 4k, comes into play acting as a Smile, has the same effect where it can't be targeted by card effects, character effects. And this is our close the game card. And Kirito is our control the board card. And that is, let's just go ahead and round out the event so I don't think about it. We're playing 4 finals because why would we not be playing finals in a deck that just goes through every single card and wants cards in the graveyard? Sorry, sideline. That is it for our events and our songs. Ooh, explosions. And our poor little Kiritos. So we get to the main deck. We're playing 4 Yuna. This is our raid target. It's got an add trigger. Not really anything to say here. Like, you're playing it because you are. Aggle is a little more interesting. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of zeros we could be playing with songs. So we are playing 3 of these Sword Arts Online Survivor. His trigger is draw a card. He's a 2K. Thankfully, we have ways to bump him up to a 4K if we need to. You can play him with Smile if you're absolutely desperate. And he's just not terrible all around. And to round off our zeros, we're playing the progressive Asuna. Unfortunately, the zeros for songs are really bad. And so we're playing the zero Asuna for a draw discard. It's mainly there to sculpt our hand, fill our sideline. It's actually probably the best zero we're playing, even though one of ours is a raid target. And then its trigger is draw a card, which is just so good. For a 1-drop, we are playing 4 Yuna. This looks at the top card of your deck. Top 5 cards of your deck. Then you reveal any song among them and discard a card. So we can go Searcher into Searcher, restand our action point if we add a Yuna or a song to our hand. So we've gone 10 deep and added 2 cards to our hand. 1 for the sideline. Just some good... 2 to the sideline, technically, because Yuna has a discard. Great fuel for our huge amount of sideline effects. And then we round out our Yunas raid targets with the 2-drop Yuna. When she enters, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may put any number of those in the sideline. If you do not, you put them on the top in a new order. Most of the time, you're going to reveal 2 and just instantly dump them, unless they're like a Smile for you need in your hand, or it's turn 2 and you're looking for a Silica. Speaking of which, Silica is another Sword Art Survivor. She is our only 3-drop 2 energy generator. If you play the song this turn, draw a card. She looks kind of subpar, but to be honest, this card is insane value, and you will sometimes just lose grind games because you did not see her. Specifically, like, I find that I cannot beat yellow Eva if I do not see a Silica. So sometimes I will just take the loss and go 5 deep on turn 3 with Ubiquitous and grab a Silica and just not restand my action point. Which does feel bad, but sometimes it's just necessary. Then we move on to our raids. Our raids are 4 3-drop Yuna and 4 2-drop Yuna. I mean, 2 4-drop Yuna. My bad. 3-drop Yuna, when it enters play, will return any song from your sideline to your hand. She will also give 1,000 to any character on the board. Because she's a 3K, you usually choose herself. If you move her up, if you don't move her up, it's easy to pick a Silica on the front line, or an Aggle on the off chance that you can try to get that to 4K. Which, if you have an Aggle on the front line, you raid a Yuna, you make him 3K, you can activate Yuna's secondary effect, which is Activate Main Rest, to give 1,000 to all Sword Art Online survivors and Yunas on the field, which will make him a 4K, which is pretty good for a 0-drop. And, like, this is how you get all your advantage, really. You'll go search, add a Yuna, play a Yuna, grab your search, or grab your Smile, and then you're playing, you don't know, 8, 9 Smiles per game. I don't think she could be any better, to be honest. And then we're playing 2 of this 4-drop. This is your aggro card and your game closer. When played, your next song costs 1 less, which means you can get a free other character from your sideline into play, active, so she can swing for 2, technically. Or you can grab Ubiquitous, and then because you didn't pay an action point to restand Ubiquitous, or to activate Ubiquitous, as long as you have a Yuna in the top 5 or another song, you can, it technically works as a semi AP restand. Both are great options. And then, of course, you have the open action point after using Smile to grab your Kirito. You can kill a card. Most of the time, you want to actually grab the Asuna of the Smile used from this Yuna, because Yuna has the secondary effect of return 4 cards to the bottom of your library. to give, sorry, the bottom of your deck to give a Sword Art Online survivor damage 2. It is not damage plus 2, I would like to point out. It is simply damage 2, so it does not stack. You cannot have 2 Yunas out, put 8 cards back, and make this a damage 4. That is not how this works. Unfortunately, it would be really fun if it did. Realistically, you're never going to have the ability to go kill something and Kirito. Usually this is pretty rare. So you're almost always never have the ability to go double Yuna either. But there are lots of hands on turn 3 where you can easily like raid a Yuna, play an Asuna, swing in for 3 going first. I will always swing in with the damage 2 first because I am never scared. So that is it for the main deck. Now let's talk about something important a lot of people like to say about this deck. They like to say that this deck is really hard to play because you need to know what is on the bottom of your deck because you will cycle through your entire deck. This is technically true. I am unfortunate to say that is technically true. But there is a little cheat you can do when you're first learning the deck that makes it a little easier on you. And what this cheat is when you return 5 with Kirito, you will always start the first one off with a Ubiquitous. Then you may place any 4 other cards. Usually, obviously, at least one needs to be a target for Ubiquitous. So a song, so you get your restand. And this is the bottom of your deck. And the next time you go to activate an effect, another Kirito effect, you would go any random card. Then you put a Ubiquitous. And then you start the process over again. So you go Ubiquitous, 4 random cards. So you really only need to know how far from the bottom your last Ubiquitous was. So because eventually you're going to draw the first Ubiquitous, activate it, and then look at the top 5. Add your card. Restand your action point. And then when you go to your next draw will magically be Ubiquitous. And obviously you'll have 2 other random cards on the bottom of this. You take the card you want. And then if you've done it properly, your next card should be Ubiquitous again. So the first the first put back should always be Ubiquitous 4 cards. Ubiquitous first. The second one is Ubiquitous second, which just makes it really easy. You go first Ubiquitous, second Ubiquitous. And then you add 3 more cards to that, or 2 more cards to that. So your first pile, your second pile, and your third pile usually is the one that matters the least, to be honest. But if you wanted to continue this concept, your third pile, it would need to be third. So just know how many times you put back, and that'll tell you pretty much where your Ubiquitous needs to go. It gets a little more complicated when you start using the 4-drop Yuna's effect. You'll need to think about it a little harder, because this will mess up your numbers. Because what if I go 4-drop Yuna here? I need to push my Ubiquitous back 1. Or no, I can't chain the neck Ubiquitous. That's what it is. So it's a little awkward. But usually you're safe if you go, oh, I put 1 Ubiquitous back on the bottom. I'll put the second one on the second slot, the third one on the third slot. And then when you go to run through this, which we'll go ahead and do, you go, oh, I drew a Ubiquitous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take a card. Oh, what's my next draw for turn? Oh, it's Ubiquitous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'll take a card. What's my next draw? Oh, it's a Ubiquitous. 1, 2, yeah, so on and so forth. By the time you pass that many Ubiquitouses, the game is probably over. You'll also notice that that's 15 cards deep in your deck. So that's how you cheat in knowing what's at the bottom of your deck. So now, after that, we will go into our games for the week. I'm sorry it took me 2 weeks to get this video up. To be honest, the schedule I was on for releases was way too fast, and I am just a lazy person. So I'm going to start releasing these on Fridays, because I do my recordings on Saturdays, and that gives me an entire week to finish these up. So let's go straight to the games, guys. Our first game is against Yellow Eva. They will be going first. They will play a 0-drop Masato and Paz. We're going second. We'll draw for turn. Asuna for a draw discard. discard a Kirito, and then a second Asuna. Draw, discard, and we discard the Asuna. Our opponent will search the top 4 with Mari. They will add any get trigger. They're going to think about it for a minute, and then grab the best card in the deck, which is the 3-drop Masato, and they would discard a 3-drop Asuka. They'll play a 2-drop Ray and pass. We draw for turn, we draw a Smile. We play a Yuna, look at the top 2. Think about it for a second before sidelining both of them. And then we'll fill up our energy line with an Aggle. Our opponent plays the Masato they just searched for. Plays an Asuka to the front line. Sidelines a card to restand it. And draw a card. And then they play a Ray as a blocker, really. They swing for 1. We hit a no trigger. And they pass the turn. We draw for turn. We draw a 1-drop Yuna. We'll go Ubiquitous. Look at the top 5. You're hearing me say that a lot in these games. We will opt to keep a Yuna, as I think it was our only good target. We'll play the 1-drop Yuna. Look at the top 5. We add a Smile. We will discard a Kirito. We will restand. Play a Smile. Play a Kirito. Pay the action point and put 5 back to pop a card on their board. We think about what we're putting back for a second. And then we sideline the Asuna, because sidelining the Ray doesn't really do any good for us, because they'll just put another Ray out. Then we'll Smile again, grab the Asuna, and go to combat. We swing Impact 1. We hit a special, which was super unfortunate for us here. And they kill the Kirito. And we pass the turn. Our opponent will draw. Action point draw. They will choose to AP restand. I love when your action point restand just says draw card. They will start with another special for Asuna. That's 2 specials from them this game. Then they will Asuka, sack a card, to pop our Yuna. They will swing 1. We will hit a special finally. We think for a second before hitting the Ray here. There's an argument for both, but I know I have another Smile in hand, so I'm willing to kill the Ray even if it gets some attack this turn, because I'll kill the Asuka next turn. This is probably technically wrong. I'm probably supposed to kill the Asuka this turn and the Ray next turn, but it's effectively the same thing. They'll swing the Ray they just summoned. We will hit a color trigger. Get our 1-drop Yuna. Look at the top 5. And we add a Ubiquitous to hand. And then we discard a card. Draw for turn. Play Ubiquitous, top 5. Anyone wondering, we have searched 20 cards this game. Easily. We grab the 4-drop Yuna raid. Not particularly great in this situation, seeing as our opponent has a null impact and a 4K blocker. We raid a Yuna, give it plus 1000. We'll add a Smile back to our hand. We'll play the Smile. We will grab a Kirito from the board. Put 5 back, pop the Asuka. Cost us an action point, that's why we tap that one. We'll swing 4, we will hit a Masato. They will get trigger, we'll swing 4. They will get a draw card Mari. We pass the turn. They play a Mari, search for the top 4. An Asuka. Discard Amari. They have to go ahead and play the Asuka. Sack the Amari they just played. To pop a card on the field. They plop the Yuna. They will swing for 4. We will block. And then we will flip a Yuna. I think I'm supposed to take the first one, block the second one here, and that might have been the mistake that actually cost us this game, to be honest. So we go to our turn. We'll raid a Yuna to add back a Smile. Play a Smile. Grab a Kirito. Put 5 back. Kirito effect to pop the Asuka. We're hoping to just run them out of cards at some point, but unfortunately against Yellow Eva, that's just not a real game plan. Our hand was kind of slow, and without Silica in our backline giving us the 2 extra energy, we're kind of stuck like playing units to backline and things like that, which feels so bad. Opponent draws for turn. They move up a 500 attack Masato. They get the Mari, draw a discard. Yeah, them having 4 energy, like 3 2-drop energies, or 2 3 energy 2 generators. He tries to pop the Kirito, but he can't actually target it with Azuka's effect because of Smile. It doesn't matter, it's late in the game. He swings, we hit a final. He swings again, we hit another final. And then 1 life and not left, we have to block because there's no way it's final. We draw a Smile for turn. We action point draw, get an Asuka. We push forward finally. Really with no other choice. We'll play Yuna in the front line. We're kind of hoping to just stave off here because they have 1 card in hand. We activate Yuna to give 1,000 for no real reason. We swing a Kirito. They flip a Masato again out of their life. They will draw. They'll add it to hand, and we will pass. They could have just won the game here by you'll see. They play this Mari and they restand the Mari. All they had to do here to win this game was like discard 2 to Asuka. Instead, they opt to special the Kirito and play another card because they could have still just like went combat, swing 4 times to win the game. But they didn't opt to do that, so they swing, we block, they swing, we block, they swing, we block. Moving to our probably final turn, we get a 1-drop Yuna. We go top 5. We grab a Ubiquitous. We discard a card. We go Ubiquitous, top 5. We add a Yuna. Reset our action point. We raid a Yuna. Our next song is free. We play a Yuna, look at the top 2, bend them both. Smile. And there's really no point in doing this, but we opt to give our Asuna damage 2. We swing impact 1 damage 2, but unfortunately they have the null impact to Ray. We swing for 4k. They hit an Asuka. We have a little discussion about this, but it didn't matter because this was like I was already game, so I was like, hey, you can activate Masato without having to discard if you have no cards in hand. And they're like, oh, I can, yeah. So they play their Asuka for free, and we just look at their board and cry a little bit. They play this Mari, I guess, to prolong my suffering. They look at the top 4. They have no cards in hand, so they'll add 1 to their hand. They'll immediately discard it, and then they'll go to combat. They go Asuka. We'll just take it because we don't have enough blockers anyway. And our last life was a Yuna draw trigger. So we go to game 2. Technically, this is game 3. I had to buy round 2. We're going to start with an Asuna, draw, discard. We are playing against younger Toguro. We will discard the Asuna, and we will pass. For their turn, they will go with a Elder Toguro into a, you'll never guess it, it's a Elder Toguro. They pass the turn. We draw a final. We'll play a 1-drop Yuna, look at the top 5. Let's see how many times we look at the top 5 this game. This is our first time looking at the top 5. We whiff. Wild. We will play a Yuna, pass the turn. Our opponent will start off their turn with a Dr. Ichigaki. And they'll play another one. So going to the next turn, they're going to have 6 energy. That's just wild for turn 3. We draw an Asuna. Asuna, draw, discard. Discard that final we drew earlier. We play Ubiquitous. Look at the top 5. That is our second time going top 5. Grab a Silica, because I'm willing to lose this action point restand. I will restand. We will raid a Yuna to push top, to push forward. Our next song is Free. We will play a Silica. We will draw a card. We will play a Smile. For free off the Yuna, we will grab an Asuna. We will put 4 back to give this Asuna damage 2. We'll swing Impact 1, damage 2 on turn 3. We'll hit bottom 2 into a younger Toguro raid and a younger Toguro no raid. So they will get a raid trigger. Oh, I put the wrong image. Oops. I'm not fixing that. They had a raid for the second one. We'll pass the turn. They'll play a 1-drop younger Toguro. Sack the Elder Toguro to activate younger Togoro's effect. Then use Elder Togoro's effect to add it back to the hand. Then they'll play Sakyo. Play I think it's a 2 or less for free or something like that. They play a Karasu, and they'll pass the turn. We go to our turn without losing a character, which is very good for us. We'll action point draw for an additional card. We go Ubiquitous, top 5 for the 3rd time. We'll add a Smile for you. We'll activate Longing, draw 2, discard 2. We'll just send them straight to the graveyard because they were not worth keeping. We'll restand our action point. We'll raid a Yuna. The next song is Free. I will Smile. I will get a Kirito. I will pay the 1 action point to pop the Elder Toguro, because we can pop a 2k or less without having to put cards back. We'll activate Yuna on the Asuna. Choose Impact 1, damage 2. We will swing with her first. He forgot that this was damage 2, so he needed to block there to not take damage 2, so we have a short discussion about it, and I let him block here. Short discussion, I swear. Then I swing the Yuna in. 4k. He opts take it. He hits a booster, and we pass the turn. Going to my opponent's next turn. He draws for turn. Plays on the Elder Toguro he sacked last turn. He's got 7 energy in his energy line. He'll activate the younger Toguro, sack the older Elder Toguro to draw a card. Then he'll activate Elder Toguro effect to discard to add it back to hand. We will finally raid our younger Toguro. We will play Not Bad to restand. Then we will play a non-rated Karasu. He forgot to activate Younger Togoro's on play effect, unfortunately for him. But he also has this special. We need to fill our graveyard, so we are more than willing to take this hit from the Younger Togoro's impact damage 3. So we'll take it. We will flip a Color Trigger, a Yuna, and a Asuna, sorry. I'm playing too much Yellow Eva recently. Grab the unit to hand, draw with the Asuna, and then Kirito effect to grab a generic 0 Yuna. Our opponent passes the turn, we draw for turn. At some point, we draw a Yuna Raid. Play Ubiquitous. Look at the top 5 cards. Yet again. I'm pretty sure we're on like 5. We'll grab a 5-drop Yuna. Or 1-drop Yuna, sorry. Raid a Yuna. Yuna effect to give herself 1,000. Grab Ubiquitous off the top. We're going 5 again, boys. We got 10 this turn. Gotta find those smiles somehow. We'll grab a smile. We'll play smile. We'll grab the Kirito out. Then we'll have 5 in our graveyard. Put 5 back. Pop their raid. Pay our action point. Go to combat, swing Kirito. I feel like you're supposed to take this first one just in case it's a booster. But what do I know? Yuna swings in. They hit a no trigger. Asuna swings in for impact 1. They have a nullify. Yuna swings in for lethal. And it is not a final. So we're off to game 4. We are playing against the new CCG deck. We are going first. We will start with an Asuna draw discard. We'll get a Kirito. We'll immediately discard it. Opponent draws for turn. They start with a Juzo. And then we get a Bara. We go to our turn. Draw. Find a Ubiquitous. We'll play Yuna, go top 5. That's our first of many. We'll add a Longing for a draw 2 discard 2 at some point. And we will discard an Asuna. We'll play another Yuna and we will pass. Our opponent decides to push up and get a little bit of extra damage on us early. They play a Kisho. We'll call him Arima from now on. And another Juzo. This is the 1-drop though, so when played, draw, discard. They will swing. We will hit a Yuna trigger. We'll opt not to raid here because there's nothing in our sideline yet. Go to our turn. Draw for turn. We draw an Asuna. 4-drop. We'll start with a Longing. Draw 2. Discard 2. We're looking for the Silica. Discard a Kirito and an Asuna. Free discards, you say? We follow it up with Silica. Draw a card. Ubiquitous top 5. This is our second top 5. Grab a Yuna raid. We will then raid that Yuna. We do it in the weirdest way possible. Our next song is free. We'll play a Smile. We will grab a Kirito. Kirito can pay the action point to kill a 2k or less for free. We will then put 4 back with Yuna to give it damage 2. Fortunately, we have very few good options for what to put back here. We'll swing damage 2. Not scared at all. They hit a color and a raid. They do not have the energy to raid, but they will color trigger our Yuna. Opponent starts their turn. They will play a Take. Look at the top 5 cards. They get to do it too, I guess. Look for an Arena and add it to your hand. They missed, by the way. They will move a card from play to play another card in their energy line, then play another Take. Look at the top 5. They're getting really close to getting to their energy levels needed to get their raid, and they found a 2-drop. That was 10 card deep for them without finding a raid. Very unfortunate. And they will forget the discard here, to be honest. They use their action point restand as an action point restand. I should have caught it, but I wasn't paying attention too much. They will Juzo. Juzo is annoying because it does get around Song's protection, so we have to sock the Yuna. They also have the special, so it didn't matter at all. They will draw pitch off of their special. They will go to combat, and we will hit a special. Better lucky than good sometimes. We'll draw for turn. We draw an Aggle. We ubiquitous top 5 for the 3rd time. Find a Yuna. Play Yuna. We're going again. This is our 4th time. We are 20 cards deep off of just Ubiquitouses and Yunas. We'll add a Ubiquitous. We'll discard a card. We'll play Ubiquitous. 25 cards deep. We'll add a Smile. Restand her action point. We will play Smile. Get an Asana, because they have no board. We didn't need the Kirito. We will restand. Think about it for a second before we raid a 3-drop Yuna. We will opt to push forward here. Grab a Smile back from the graveyard. And we will Smile again. Oh no, we're raiding a Yuna instead, because that makes our Smile free. I'm counting cards in my graveyard. Oh, it does not make our Smile free because unfortunately we don't have the energy to play it. I opted to do this just for damage, I guess. They will hit a raid and a color trigger again. We get a little confused about what they're targeting with the color trigger. They target the 3-drop Yuna. We'll swing a 4-drop Yuna. We'll hit them again. They hit a final. I'm still a little confused by the color trigger. I tried to untap the wrong Yuna and was like, oops, that was a mistake. I passed the turn. It was getting late at this point. They move their Take up. Just as a blocker, I'd assume. They play their Arima. They will play a CCG Headquarters. They will raid Arima. And this big boy has damage too, but we will opt to take this because, to be honest, we haven't taken that much damage this game. So we'll draw a card off our triggers and pass the turn. So for this turn, we do have our Smile in hand. We just need to get our energy back up. Play a Yuna, look at the top 2. We're going to opt to just send both to the yard. We will Smile. Grab the Kirito. Put 5 back. Pop their raid. Put 4 back. Give Asuna damage 2. We will swing in impact 1 damage 2. Our opponent is done with us. They flip their life, and that was it. Good game. And that's the end of the video, guys. If you have any comments about the deck or questions, feel free to ask below. Here is your deck list. I'll leave it on the screen for a little bit while the video ends, and I will see you next week. Peace.